Okay, we're back with part 2 of the fire test as promised. We're going to do 4 different fire starters. We're going to start with this Coughlans fire disc. You can see these at pretty much any sporting goods stores. We're going to go with the Duraflame fire start cubes. I picked these up at Walmart. It's 18 in a box. We're going to go with the Zippo Tinder shreds. 15 of them. These are from everything I can see on the packaging, pretty much like the Woolly Fire Start. We'll see if they light with a spark, that kind of stuff. And then, as promised, we're going to do the pull start fire. And like I did in the last video, we're going to use the UST Striker. Just use the same lighter, same everything. Just different tinders. All right, let's start some fires. Okay, so we're going to start with the Duraflame Fire Start Cubes. These are pretty decent size. Place that on the rock. Let's see, instructions, because we read those from time to time. You do not take it out of the wrapper, so on and so forth. So the sparks aren't doing anything. Now, just for science sake, I'm going to open it up.
Said not to open it up.
We're doing it anyway, for science. Doesn't do anything. All right. Well, the plastic is melting. All right, we'll catch you back when it's done. Well, so the Duraflame Fire Start Cube burned for about 15 minutes, which is way longer than I anticipated. That being said, it did not light with a spark, and it took a solid flame to it to get it to light, and it gives off black smoke. So, that being said, I would say do not use this if you were using it as a sole heat source in an enclosed area. I would say only use this for its intended purposes, really, which is campfire or your grill. So next we're going to go to the fire disc, and we're going to see how well this works. All right, we got the block in place. I'm going to pass this over to her, see if maybe she can get it. I'm going to go in the center of it, or the edge. We're actually going to try something here real quick. We're going to rough up edge a little bit and try to catch it on that. You need to get it closer.
Because it's never gonna work. I can't do it.
Okay.
So we're gonna use the lighter. Yay.
That's not gonna work.
Use the lighter. That didn't really do anything.
Seems
Oh, we got it.
so. There's no way I can ever see this getting lit with any size spark, on account of I had to hold a torch lighter to it for several seconds for it to even catch. Now, according to packaging, it is made up of wax and sawdust.
That might take a while to like.
We'll catch you back when it's done. Okay, so the fire disc burned and burned and burned and burned and burned. I recorded about 18 minutes of it. As an advertised burn time of around 30 minutes, and I would very much believe that. It burned very clean. It was harder to ignite, but it burned very clean, no black smoke. So if you were using it in an enclosed space as a heat source, could be good for that. As long as you have some type of ventilation, not nearly as much as you would need if you were to use, say, the Duraflame black smoke, but definitely enough to keep oxygen circulating, help keep you breathing and the fire breathing. That being said, we're going to move on to the Tinder, the Zippo Tinder shreds. Looks like a ball of, doesn't really smell like fuel, which is good. These are paraffin fire starters.
It looks like a ball of hair.
Wax-resistant paraffin, water-resistant paraffin wax coating. This must be some kind of fat wood or something. All right, I'll put that down there. See if we can ignite it with a spark. It like started to go.
Not gonna work with that. Let's see, everyone's
Yeah.
That's gonna burn really quick.
All right, we'll catch you back when it's done. Okay, so I know you're all waiting for this. This is the pull start fire. So once you unwrap it, you'll see it has a green string and a red string. Green string goes around a log or something. Today we're just going to use this stick I pounded into the ground. And then you put your fire, your tinder around it, and then you pull the red string. So today, my youngest is going to pull the string. We're going to see how easy it is to start it. Make sure you're in a straight line. Yep, and then you want to, let's see, you got to pull it quick and hard, so a jerk.
Okay. Right now? I'm scared of it. I did it. It said to do it. Oh. I think I pulled it too quick and too hard.
Wow,
Yeah,
that really flares up.
that starts really quick. It already got me warm. Like,
I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there is like straight red fire in the middle of it, like
yeah.
that you would see on a flare, like a road flare.
It is a little bit.
And it smells like a road flare too.
Here's the piece of yarn that I pulled out of it. Huh? Looks like it.
Now I see why they advertise that it starts wet wood, because man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have a little bonus clip for you to add. We're gonna do this Zippo EFK emergency fire kit. You unscrew it, and you got your standard Zippo striker there. Unscrew this, and it's got these little fire doodads, tinder doodads, we'll call them. So the idea is you put it on a thin stick. That's why there's a hole in the middle. And you kind of rough it up. I'm going to rough it up before I put it on the stick. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the serrations of my knife and just basically scratching at it, get it rough up that way. Okay, so it's nice and rough. We put it on our stick, and then there is an arrow on there for directional, tells you which way the spark is going to go. We spark. Boom, we have fire. Once it gets nice and good, then we're just going to lay it down into our bowl of leaves and other types of tinder. And there you have it, fire. So this would be something that's real good for like a EDC 24-hour pack, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to give some final thoughts on some of the fire starters that we've used over the last couple of videos. So most disappointing, I'm probably going to go with the Duraflame Fire Starter, Fire Start Cubes, with them putting off as much black smoke as they do, probably because of whatever the material is made plus the plastic. I don't see personally a good use for them in a survival situation, because you want your fuel, your fire, to be clean burning. So if that was your only heat source, you could use it in a more enclosed area, so you don't lose your heat source. Most impressive, I'm gonna go with the SOL fire gel cubes. What are they called? Firelight fuel cubes. These are essentially gelled alcohol. Starting these is a breeze. The Woolly Fire Starter and the Zippo Tinder Shreds are pretty much, they're basically the same thing. This one's a little bit easier to find and you get a lot more. I think I paid $5 for this bag and you get 15 of them. Woolly Fire Starter. Now, neither one of these started with the ferro rod that I was using. This one is a little bit harder to find. Like I said, I found these at Menards a couple years ago, and I haven't seen them there since. These little, not fire plugs, that's a different brand. Essentially the same thing, just with different materials. I was actually surprised these started with the spark. But yeah, those are actually pretty solid. This Fire Striker, being that it's supposed to be an emergency fire striker, last ditch effort type of thing, I'm not disheartened over it. Being that it's a compact design, I like that. I don't like that the sparks that it pulls off of it aren't that. They don't seem to be that strong. Some of this stuff should have lit with a spark, but these sparks leave something to be desired. Obviously, my torch lighter worked very well. Yeah, if you wanted something for your kids' bug out bags, I would put one or two of those pull start fires. I really like those. The way it flares up and catches the material on fire. It advertises that it will catch wet wood on fire, which I would absolutely believe that. It seems to be some type of, I'm just going to say, road flare material on the inside that flares up and burns the wood that comes with it, and that's going to burn everything else. So that one was very impressive. The Coughlans fire puck, or whatever it's called, fire disc, that one was pretty cool. It was very clean burning. If you wanted to have a couple of those in your bag, now those are a little bit more bulky than some of the other options, but one full cube or one full disc will burn for half an hour. So maybe if you had those in, say, a vehicle bug out bag or survival box or whatever you got in your truck or SUV or car, whatever, that might be okay for that. So I'm personally going to be switching over my fire starters to the SOL Fire Light Cubes. And then in my vehicle bag, I have the woolly fire starters. Those, I like those, so I'm going to keep those. These, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this stuff. I've got so many different fire starters. I might look into getting something a little bit nicer. My normal survival bag, if you saw the video, I use a blast match. That thing is pretty cool. That's got a pretty strong spark that comes off of it. That's my primary fire striker. And then I've got I've got several different ways to start a fire, so I'm not super worried about my bag. My kids' bags also have 3 to 4 different ways to set a fire, so I'm not worried about that in the least. So yeah, there you have my little mini series on fire starters. Hopefully you guys learned something. I certainly learned something. This has been a moderately expensive experiment, and hopefully you guys benefited from it. And if you guys have any comments on anything we've shown in the last 2 videos or your own personal experience, throw that in the comment section below. I want to hear it. I want to hear how you guys start fires, what's in your bag, so to speak. Yeah, and definitely give us a like. I want to grow this channel. Help me grow this channel. We'll be super thankful. And yeah, please stick around.